Hi everyone, welcome to another webisode of The Good Doctor on eZeLiving.com. Today I'm in the company of Dr. Hans J. Passel at the Harley Street Medical Center in Abu Dhabi. Welcome to the program, Doctor.
Well, thank you, Shar. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a subject matter that's less known to people, and that's our cartilage. Can you explain a little bit about what the role of cartilage is in our body?
Well, you can consider cartilage as the main buffer that our joints have, that our body produces once we grow up in terms of buffering two hard bones from each other. So you find them in most of your joints as a gummy bear-like structure, which is giving cushioning, hardening, and it makes movement possible and sports possible and life possible and lifestyle possible.
So basically it allows the joints and the bones, as you said, to be flexible.
Yes, exactly.
What happens in the absence of cartilage?
In the absence of cartilage, you have problems getting the legs extended, the arms extended. The absence of cartilage is called arthritis. This is when we have bone-to-bone structure would be the final.
The other thing is that what happens when two bones rub against each other?
Well, that's already an advanced stage when you have no cartilage anymore.
Right.
Or let's say a moon surface-like structure, which is a rocky road for the glide path. Then you send sparks.
Right.
So the joint wants to cool, so it puts fluid.
Right.
So you get swollen joints, you get dry joints, you get restricted movement, you can't go stairs and all this kind of stuff. So it depends on where the cartilage is to tell you what problem you have or what activity you can't do anymore.
The reason why I ask this question is, particularly for our viewers, is we don't really think about the cartilage and we don't think about the necessity of actually taking care of it.
Yeah, you're right, and even sometimes we punch a hole in it because the ear is complete cartilage. But unfortunately that's a kind of different cartilage. You can't put the ear in the joint and say, oh, okay, I'm ready to do my sport again, right? Yeah. We try to do that in the research, but to form the elastic cartilage, to make the gummy bear elastic, is not happening because when we get older, we get asparagus-like structures. So it's more porous, it's less elastic. It gives a little way, but it's not so elastic to bump back anymore. Yeah. So this is why you can't find professional sports and some activity sports older than 40, because this is usually the area when the cartilage is by nature and by God degrading.
Okay, so the deterioration starts at about age 40?
The highest content is maturity, 18, 90.
Yes.
Then you can ditch it off, you can cut it, you can explode it, but you can't degrade it.
Right.
So you can make holes in it. That's happening in the younger people.
And that's through sports injuries?
Sports injuries, fractures, whatever.
Right.
Or inflammative disease like rheumatics or something, right? And then the other side is if you get older and you have the asparagus structure, that's making your cartilage squeeze out the liquid.
Right.
And in an asparagus one, they don't attract the liquid coming back fast.
And when the liquid goes, it loses its elasticity.
Exactly.
It loses its flexibility. Now, I want to know what kind of food groups, what kind of nutrients should we have that's related to strengthening the cartilage?
Well, good question. There's no the right food. There's not the wrong food. There's a balance.
Okay, let's talk about the balance.
When you're talking about the food that will maintain a cartilage in raw substance, that's everything which is usually yucky stuff. That's the throbbing gristle, that is the jelly, the gallard, this is brain, this is like everything which is not so really fancy food.
Right.
That will maintain a good cartilage structure. So better buy it as powder or better buy it as tablet. The glucosamine, chondroitin, this is something that you can find in the nutrition shops, in the pharmacy, you can find in the nature, ample, but again, in Jelly-O, in puddings, in the gummy bears itself, it's full of gelatin.
So anything that has gelatin in it, you're saying is a good thing to consume?
That's what we need to build into the cartilage.
If you wanted to name like the top 3 food groups or food or whatever we need to eat that has cartilage and it's good for the cartilage, what would that be?
First of all, it is a good containment of fluid. Okay. Because especially in the Gulf area, we have the people working more, partying hard, not recovering good enough, and then wanting to go to the gym.
Right.
So they dry, exhausted, and then they want to go into sport.
Okay.
So instead of have regeneration, have 3-4 liters of fluid per day.
Right.
And so that's I would say the best nutrition is a good fluid concentration in your body throughout the day.
So here's another reason why water is good for you. It's good for your joints. It actually rejuvenates the cartilage. It keeps it moist.
That's true.
So from your experience, what are some of the common cases where the cartilage is damaged?
Most common cases in an orthopedic in the Gulf region is the whole Islamic world for prayers. If they can't pray properly, if they have to go in a chair, they want to see a doctor because they want to go back to floor. The next group is the guys and ladies coming back to sport. So they overdo, they go hard, they go heavy, but they're not prepared yet.
And what are some of the treatments for the cases that you just addressed?
Now there's a whole holistic approach when you see for the posture of the patient, if they have a curve, if they have a balance between right and left and overuse on one side. Then we try to get any pains out with cream wraps. You can do cling film around it in the night, and the cream goes in like an injection. But of course we have all the normal medicine, which is the anti-inflammatory drugs from nature or from pharmacy.
Right.
So if you take pineapple a day, it keeps the doctors away in terms of cartilage, because pineapple contains bromelain. That's a very nature anti-inflammatory drug.
We're talking about pineapple here.
Pineapple concentrated enzyme, that's the bromelain, yeah, right. Then of course we can meanwhile replace the joint fluid. We can give artificial joint fluid. We can do cartilage breeding in the lab. So we have a little matrix like a carpet. So as a mosaic, I can replace it in your knee or in a joint I can reach manually. If it's too small, of course that's not possible. Then we go for the injection treatments.
Well, this is fascinating conversation. Thank you very much for this insightful information. For all of our viewers, you've now heard it from the good doctor. There's all kinds of treatments, but take care of your cartilage because it allows your whole anatomy to be as flexible and as youthful as you want it to be. Thanks for watching The Good Doctor on eZeLiving.com, where you can find anything and everything lifestyle.